access. This can provide you with a sense of privacy and confidentiality and help to keep your financial information private. In addition to asset protection and privacy, putting your car into a trust can also allow you to pass down your assets to future generations. So depending on how you write this trust, you can say who gets it next. There won't no arguments over your property. Make sure nobody else is trying to get in. Doesn't look like it. We're still missing 2 people. All right. That means your car can be passed to your children or other beneficiaries without the need for probate court proceedings. This can save your loved ones time, money, and stress, and ensure that your assets are distributed according to your wishes. In conclusion, putting your car in a trust offers a number of benefits, including asset protection, privacy, the ability to pass down your assets to future generations. The other benefit that's not mentioned here, when you buy a car with a trust, especially if you take a loan out, that is considered a business expense. So that loan can be written off. Those payments, those monthly payments, you could write them off as an expense to the trust. Registration, any fees, oil changes, all that stuff can be become a tax credit. Now, if you have it in your name and you're using it what they call personal use, they're not going to give you that tax break on some of the stuff that you do unless you're using that specific car for work-related stuff. And then you have to separate from what's personal and what's not. But when it's already titled to a trust, it's a business expense. When you open up a bank account for a trust, it's a business account. So that's the major benefit to having your car in a trust. All right. So those are the benefits. So you got to create your trust before you can buy a car, title it into a trust. You got to create a trust. Creating a trust is a process of establishing a legal arrangement which trustees hold and manage assets such as property or financial assets on behalf of one or more beneficiaries. The process of creating a trust involves several steps, including 1, determine the purpose of the trust. The purpose of this webinar, you create a trust for a car. Now, this is what I do. I have several trusts. I have a trust specifically for cars, and I have a trust specifically for properties such as a house or other valuable assets. I will not put a car in the same trust as a house. Why? I'm driving around in this car all day. I hit somebody. I'm at fault. And if my insurance doesn't cover everything, and something really serious happens and that trust, that insurance policy for the car doesn't cover everything, they can go after the other assets that belong to that trust. So if you have your home and your car in the same trust, they can come after that car, just like any other individual. A trust is an individual, it's a person. So it can be sued just like anybody, anything. So be mindful when you put in a car in the trust that you don't put it put anything in that trust that you don't want to lose. Okay? That's just the way I do it. So when I bought the car I'm going to show you that how I did it, there's nothing else in that trust but that car. That's it. So there you have it. All right, choose your trustee. The next step is to choose your trustee who will be responsible for managing assets in the trust. This can be an individual or institution such as a bank or trust company. So they're saying an individual could be a trust or a institution. Basically what they're saying, an entity, any entity can be a trustee as well. So if you're in my premium membership, we show you how to have a trust, and then you create another trust that looks like you. So like my name is Akiem Barber. I have an Akiem Barber trust. But that Akiem Barber trust is a trustee for my other trust. But it looks like me, but it ain't me. All right, so I control all of these entities through EINs and trust, but I don't own any of it. Okay? Me, the living, breathing being doesn't own it. I just control it. All right? Are we following? Are you guys following me?
Yes, sir, we are.
All right. So, the key to success is to control stuff. Limit your ownership. Why? Because ownership comes with problems for you. You can be sued and they can take it all away from you. But if it's in an entity name, they can't touch it. So somebody was about to say something. Who was that? Hello? Wasn't nobody? I thought I heard somebody trying to talk. All right. Oh, let me say this. If you have questions, hold them till I set it up for you to ask the questions. Be mindful. And those of you, keep your mics muted unless you're ready to speak or you're asked to speak. Just being respectful for everybody here. So far, everybody's doing good. I just have to mention that. All right. Draft the trust agreement. Once you have determined the purpose of the trust and chosen a trustee, the next step is to draft the trust agreement. This is a legal document that outlines the terms and conditions of the trust, including the names of the trustor, trustee, and beneficiaries, the assets included in the trust, and the duties and responsibility of the trustee. So let's go back to what I said. I chose a trustee. What I chose was an entity, a trust, another trust that I created to control my other trust. All right? So some people, oh, you can't be the trustee and the beneficiary. You can't be this and that. It depends on how you set it up. If the trustee is an entity, yes, you can be the beneficiary. Yes. Fund the trust. The next step is to fund the trust by transferring ownership of the assets you want to include in the trust to the trustee. This is very important. A lot of people are setting up trust, but they are not funding the trust. A trust is not a trust until it gets funded, until it has an asset to control or to hold. Okay? If you got a trust, hey, I got a trust. Many people, I got me a trust. Okay, what does that trust own? Oh, I don't know. I ain't got no ownership. It doesn't mean that trust don't own anything. It's not a trust. It's just a piece of paper that says some stuff on it. Okay? So fund it with anything. Fund it with $20, $10, whatever. Now you have an official trust. If you ain't ready to put a car in it or anything else, fund it with $1, a cell phone, whatever. Put something in it. And what you do is you create a Schedule A for assets, and then you list in detail what that asset is. So those of you who have trust and you have not done that, you got some homework to do. Go fund that trust. And now you got an official trust. Maintain the trust. Finally, it's important to maintain the trust and keep it in good standing. This involves following the terms and conditions outlined in the trust agreement and making any necessary updates or changes to the trust as needed. Creating a trust can be a complex process, and it's important to consult financial advisor or attorney to ensure that the trust is established correctly and meets your specific needs and goals. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you really don't need an attorney to do this. You can do it all yourself with research. They got places you can go online and you can create a trust without hiring an attorney. Attorneys, because they have so much education, they can complicate things, and they really not gonna give you the dedication and care that you really need. You know what you need. Just do your research. And plus, I'm gonna give y'all a sample trust as part of this, being part of the webinar anyway. So you're gonna get a sample trust, you're gonna get a trust certification sample, and what else I was gonna give you? Oh, I have a irrevocable trust webinar. I'm gonna give you guys that. I didn't say that before, but y'all gonna have that because y'all need to have a full understanding of trust. Most people on here already have a trust, I think. There might be a few of you who do not. So some of you guys already have that irrevocable trust webinar, but I'm including that as part of the stuff you can go and study after this webinar. All right, somebody's got a comment here. Someone says they can't hear anything. Everybody else, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, all right, I'm coming in loud and clear. So
Loud and clear.
That's their issue. All right, thank you. All right, any questions before I go on to trust certification? Nope. I'm doing a good job explaining? Okay. So after you create a trust, before you can title a car or anything, you need a trust certification. Trust certification is a document that certifies the existence and validity of the trust. It typically includes important information about the trust, such as the names of the trustor, trustee, and beneficiaries, the date of the trust agreement, and description of trust assets and purpose. A trust certification is often used to provide proof of the trust's existence and validity to third parties such as banks, government agencies, or other institutions. This document can be crucial in situations where the trust is used to hold assets or manage financial affairs, as it provides legal recognition of the trust and its purpose. Trust certification is very important because this is the document you will provide to entities that you're doing business with without handing them your trust that has all your private details in it. Right? Okay, there's places that's, oh, I need to see your whole trust. No, they don't. All they need is a trust certification. Now, in some cases, some banks, especially your big banks like Fidelity, will ask to just see the first and last page of the trust agreement. That's fine, because the first page is going to have the description of the trust, what's the name, EIN number, and on the last is going to be the notarization of that trust. They're just going to ask for that. Some places, very few, but most places will not need that. The DMV will not need it. They will take a trust certification. How I know? That's what I gave them. And I'll show y'all in a minute. But before I do that, let me just show y'all an example of a trust. Hang on. For those of you who do not know. Peace, everybody. What's going on? Hope everybody's doing good. How's everything going? Y'all were looking at the car trust webinar, the one where I showed people how to purchase a car. I didn't just talk about trust, I also talked about the buying process, how to go about buying that car with a trust, how to make the deal. When I did mine, I never walked into the dealership. I knew what I wanted. I shopped online. I negotiated online. You should never. Only time you need to walk into that dealership is when you're going to pick up your car. That's it. You already know these dealerships and the games they play, right? They want to get in and have a seat, have a drink. They sit you in the little place to make you comfortable, and then they go in there and shoot the breeze with each other, make it like they're doing something important, just to wear your patience down so you can take a bad deal. You see? That's what that whole routine is for. Keep you there, waste your time so that they can get you to compromise and make a bad deal. So the only time you need to go into a dealership is to pick that car up. With technology, you can negotiate the price of a car online, and you'll get a better deal from the online specialist than you will if you talk to a salesman directly. That's it. You know, come on in, come and talk to us. Yeah, sit down. No, I'm not going in there. And yes, that process does take a little bit longer. Like when I started my negotiation process, it started in September of last year, and I didn't pick up my car until December, but I wasn't in a rush. And you shouldn't be in a rush either if you're buying. When you're making big financial decisions, you should not be in a rush. Okay? You should not be. So take your time. Take your time when you're buying large or spending large amounts of money. When you're making big purchases is what I want to say. Take your time. Yeah, so when I went in, I negotiated. Oh, come on in. They tried to get me to come sit down. I was like, no, I'm not coming in. How much do you want it for? They had the particular car was the navy blue. They call it obsidian blue, something like that. And they said, well, we got this brand new one in. And then when we were negotiating, we sold that one. So I said, okay, I didn't need to get the car anyway. Then I got an email in December. Oh, that deal fell through. We have that car. Do you still want it? I said, yeah, I want it, and I want it cheaper than what I asked for it the first time. And I got it. So I picked up that car literally the day before New Year's Eve, December. Right. But I was patient. That's what you should do. All right. Who's out there? What's going on, people? Hang on 1 second. I got to fix something really quick. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, I'm back. I had to fix my lighting. My lighting was a little weird. Turn this music down. So we got who out there? C King Bay is out there. Says peace, everyone. Discipleship Ministry says peace, brother. Peace to you. DJ B Thunder, evening. Bro Warrior, greetings back to you, brother or sister. I'm not sure. I gotta be careful with my pronouns. In La Vida, peace. And peace road. He's back to speaking back to Road Warrior. So peace to everybody who's on the line, who's listening. If you see over there discharge webinar information, go to akeml.com if you want to sign up. akeml.com. The links are in my description. Someone asked me, will I be going over the utility bills, how to discharge utility bills? Yeah, I have on there the student loan discharge, car loan discharge, mortgage, and the 1099s and C. Basically, if I'm teaching you how to do that, it's the same process, really, when you're doing the bills. Because you're sending 1099s out, you send it. But we're gonna talk about the whole shebang. I just mentioned the big bills, the stuff that's hurting people's pockets every month. So that's what that webinar is gonna be. September the 30th. I will be there. Al Bay, our tax professional, is gonna be there. The guy who actually does the tax returns for you. He's the one. He's the processor. He handles it. He knows what he's doing. He's a beast at it. So, you want to join? It is $297 donation investment for you. And guess what? Do y'all know? Here's the advantages of being in my membership. That you guys can 1099 me. How many people teach y'all and charge y'all fees for stuff and y'all can't 1099 them? My members are able to tip you. I give them the EIN to be able to 1099. See, that's how you know when you dealing with legit people. Go ahead, I'll give you my EIN. So you can 1099 it. It's an educational expense, right? You're being taught by this ministry on how to handle your fears, not only in a financial way, but how to handle your fears in a spiritual way. So y'all can 1099 me. And my people been doing it for the last 3 years. Yeah. See, you can't go to the other people, they charge you all the money and y'all, that's it. They don't even tell you the 1099. Why do they tell you that? Because they really don't even know how to do it correctly. They don't know how to discharge properly. They don't have no evidence of anybody being successful with it at all. So, get into the membership. Akiem.com. Get into that membership. A lot of good things going on in there. People are getting financially free. Yes, it's expensive. It's a little money there. $49.95 now. When I started it at $1,500, people joined. A lot of people did join. I still have 80 some odd members in the group. And some people fell away, like normal people fall away. But people who have been a part of my group, they get a discount when they renew every year, so they don't have to pay that much. So Akiem.com. Okay, what I want to talk about spiritually. I tell you what, I'll leave the mic, I'll leave it open. Somebody ask a question in the chat, something, if you're dealing with something, you need something, you want to discuss something, and you want me to give my insights on a matter, go into the chat and type out your issue before I get into my message that I want to speak on. Ancestors haven't downloaded nothing to me today, so they will in a minute. Watch it come. So I'm gonna give somebody a chance to type something in the chat, something they want to talk about, something spiritual. Maybe you're dealing with something difficult, or maybe it's a positive thing that you want to talk about. Take your time, put it in there. I'll give y'all a minute. I'll give you a minute. Oh, writing down my notes. While y'all doing that, so this is GJB saying, my friend just told me she didn't believe in anything, no God or nothing. I was messed up and couldn't say nothing to her help me. Well, I'll try to explain that best I can. So I'm gonna kind of pay like when someone says that they don't believe anything, that means they don't believe in themselves. That's the root of that. They have no belief in themselves. They probably things are not going to the way they want them to be. So really at the root of that issue is lack of self-love. See, the one thing, and look at the key word here, I don't believe in anything. No God or nothing. Question is, what do you believe in? That's the second part. Did you ask them what they believed in? What is it? If they don't believe in God or anything, what do they believe? They believe something. That is a belief system. But if you look at the context of what you just said, if that's how they said it, they don't believe anything. That means that they were looking for a belief system or to believe in something outside of them. Oh, so somebody died from cancer, so that's why they're feeling like that. Okay, I can see why they would say that. Death will bring, when people die, they lose people, will bring hopelessness to people. So that hopefully that's temporary. But when people say things like, I don't believe in no God, no nothing, that's because they are attached to the idea that God was supposed to be out there somewhere. That's the problem. That is the number one reason why we have the issues that we have. Because we believe that God is out there and he's going to take care of things. He's going to stop all this. He's going to stop that. And then when it doesn't happen, wait a minute. Why didn't God do this? Why didn't God? The problem is the belief system. The belief that God was supposed to do this or all of these things. Who told you this? Who told you God was going to take care of this and take care of that? The church. You're supposed to have, you're supposed to know who you are. God resides in you. God is everywhere and nowhere. God is in you, out there. The first place you have to look is within you. To understand and know God is to know yourself. Get to know yourself. Who are you? What do you like? What do you don't like? What makes you angry? What makes you sad? What makes you happy? Learn those things. Too many times we leave our happiness up to things and people. And if you know anything any better, you know that when you leave your happiness up to things that are outside of you, it's only temporary. People can only make you laugh for a short amount of time. People can only make you happy for a short amount of time. People can only make you sad for a short amount of time. People can only make you angry for a short amount of time. Anything that a person can contribute to when it comes to your happiness or sadness is always temporary. It doesn't last forever. For many reasons. Could be they decide they don't want to make you happy anymore. They want to go do something else. Or they like what happened. You lose them through death. So when you realize that all of the things outside of you is just temporary things for you to enjoy or to be upset with or to be sad with at any given moment, it's all temporary. Everything's temporary. The house you live in is temporary. The one you claim, this is my house. You're going to leave that house is going to be there most likely. And you're going to be gone and somebody else is going to live in it. When you realize all of these things are just temporary for you to enjoy, and you look back at yourself and say, I'm not temporary. I'm here to stay. Now, I'll tell you this body is temporary, this flesh, but you, the truth of you, is forever. Who you really are, the essence, the soul, the spirit. The body is just a vessel. It's a ship. It's a biological suit in order to survive the atmosphere of this planet. Basically, it's a space. It's a earth suit. This body is designed to be able to sustain, be able to live through the conditions of this environment. But your spirit, the thing you can't see with the naked eye, the you, can survive in any dimension, any atmosphere. The only reason why you inhabit this body now because you chose to become manifest in this 3D realm. And then when you lose this body and go back to your original state of existence, you'll choose another avatar, as they may say. I know that might be too deep for some of y'all. KRS One did a video, and I love this video. And he says to the people, rock star, but don't move your mouth. Just say it in your head, rock star.
Say anything. Say any word. Say it without moving your lips. You can hear yourself speaking without actually vibrating your vocal cords. What is that voice? Where is it coming from? Is it inside of you, or is it being projected into this body? What is it? See, your friend has to learn how to believe in themselves and really look at themselves and study themselves. Some people really, when I mentioned that, how we speak without speaking, didn't think of that until just now, because we do it such as it's like second nature. We just start talking, or we just start thinking. Somebody's talking and you're thinking of, you have a whole conversation going on in your head while they're talking. You could be in a room but not in a room. I'll say it again. You could be in a physical room but not really in that room. Spiritually, mentally, you could be thousands of miles away, having a vision of what you did in the past or what you want to do in the future. I'll give you one other thing that I'm still trying to figure out. Those lucid and vivid dreams that you have that seem so real. I had a few, lately this week, I've been having so many lucid dreams. And you can't tell me that I wasn't actually in those places. So my consciousness left this body and traveled to another dimension and was communicating and conscious somewhere else and communicating with people I did, in this world, I don't know them. I didn't never recognize. That was the first time I seen him was in that vision. But when I was in that reality, those people were familiar to me. They didn't become unfamiliar to me until I came back to this reality. Am I too deep? I told you the ancestors gonna give me something to say. You see? When I came back to this reality, I don't come to think, but all them people in that vision or that dream, what we call dream, I didn't even know those people. No, I don't know them here. I don't know them in this reality, but I know them in that one. Because guess what, people? Guess what? Not only are you infinite, your spirit is infinite. It is infinitely multidimensional. They showing y'all who we are. How many movies has come out about a multiverse by Marvel? They've been breaking this down. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. If y'all go listen to the archives of my show, I revealed that probably 3-4 years ago. I had the knowledge of it probably 10 years ago. I just never spoke to anybody about it because why? People start thinking you're crazy. I had the epiphany of our multidimensional existence. I didn't read in a book. I just was meditating one day and that truth came to me. Y'all remember the old that Men in Black movie with that one guy that was standing in the baseball field and he could see things happening. He can, his consciousness exist in different dimensions, in different times. Remember that guy? That's y'all. That's you they talking about. But what happens when we get into this dimension, the hell dimension, this 3D dimension is the hell dimension. When they talk about hell, this is the hell. This is it. This is the hell dimension. This is where you have to learn how to overcome opposition in order to be successful. In this dimension, it doesn't come easy. Because you have to overcome the very simple thing, yourself, your own consciousness. You have to overcome that and realize because you come here with a blank slate. You come here and your whole memory has been wiped of who you really are. Man. I just did. I was about to expand, but the ancestor said not yet. Don't go too deep, because because the question is, I can say this: why and how did our memory get wiped? Why? What happened? Why? What wiped us? What made it happen? And why does it happen? That's the big question. Why do I gotta come here and I forget? And I gotta work my way back? Huh? I gotta break out of this mental prison that was created for me. See, people think prisons, what you see physical prisons that they're building, it's just the physical manifestation of the real prison that you were placed in. Y'all want me to say it again? See, the real prison is the prison of your mind. That's what the Matrix movie was about. That's the real prison. See, you could keep someone locked up if you keep their mind locked up. If you feed them deceptive messages. But the one great thing about this dimension, this one here, even though this is the hell dimension, is this. Everything you go through has to be given full disclosures. What you put out there, you will get back. So if you put out good, you get back good. This is the rebound. You get rebounded back to what you're putting out. And the best thing about this here, where we are, is nothing stays the same. So you could be doing great, then it could go somewhere else, and vice versa. But the chore or the task is to learn how to maintain it. Learn how to not allow outside influences to change who you are. So when someone says they don't believe anything, they let what they have been witnessing change the truth about them. We have to be able to see things like death and these other things that most people get offended of, and it not allow us to be moved by it and overstand what is really going on. Nothing is actually happening to you. It's your perception of what you perceive is happening to you is what is really affecting you. So what is really affecting you is your perception, and your mind is afflicting you and causing you pain. Because you are reacting to outside influences. That's why everything is a constant test. Even though I know this, guess what? I'm talking about this. I'm going to be tested by the very thing I talk about. It took me a while to accept that. Why do I got to go? Because I have to I'm going higher and higher. Now, I thought I'd never get here, but I'm here now. When I see things, I hear how people talk and behave, and now I could just kind of really relate and understand why they're doing it, and not really not take it personal. See, that's what the whole Christ sacrifice metaphysical story was about. He was there being crucified, and he said, "Forgive them, Father, and they know not what they do." He wasn't moved to vengeance, even though they was lying, inflicting pain on him. You have to not be moved. This is the dimension of allowing yourself to see all of these things happening to you and not be moved away from your compassion and love. I know, yeah. That's why a lot of us had to reincarnate so many times because we fall off the wagon. Something happening, we want to retaliate, fight back. You ain't gonna do this to me. Okay, reset. Do that one all over again. That's what it calls working towards perfection. Somebody said, I want to thank you, Akiem. I started my YouTube channel a month ago and I got inspired with the Sunday programs. Give them a hand in La Vida. Good. Well, put the link in the chat for your YouTube channel so we can go and subscribe. Okay? Said thank you for the motivation. You're welcome. Yeah, put your YouTube channel in there. And I will say this, you have started your YouTube channel, just stay consistent. I already know what you're going to go through. You're going to get days where you're not going to feel like doing it. You're going to get days where you feel like you're not effective because not many people are watching it. Let me tell you something. You are being effective, and the main person that you're affecting is yourself. This is for you. This channel, when I do this stuff and I talk this stuff, this is my therapy. This is my self-help. You just hearing conversations with myself, between my lower self and my higher self. I'm having these conversations. You get to enjoy to hear the inside talk out loud. And you should be starting to do that too. That reminds me, I got a list of things I'm gonna task you guys to do. It's September the 12th, and let's starting today, because it's always now, right? So if you want to improve, you got to create some habits. So, number one, let's start with some small stuff. C King Bay says, congratulations. Put that up there. Let's start with some small stuff. So we want to rewire our brain to make changes. You have to change, right? You want to change for the better. So if you brush your teeth with the right hand, start brushing it with the left hand from here on out. So anything you're used to doing with one way, do it the opposite way. Yes. Is it going to be a little struggle to do those things? Yes, because I started brushing with my left hand and it's kind of awkward. But I'm coming into practice. But keep doing that for the next 30 days. Do something different. What you're doing is rewiring your brain to accept change. So if you accept change with the little things, guess what's going to happen? You'll be able to do it with big things. So do something different. So number 2, read for 20 minutes a day. Find something educational, motivational, something that can expand your knowledge. 20 minutes a day. And you might want to make that suggestion to your friend, to give them something so that they can feel uplifted. Hey, try something a little different. Exercise. Let's do 20 minutes of exercise twice a day. Okay? Now, here's the tricky part. one of the exercises has to be outside. It don't matter what type of exercise you do. It could just be you just going for a walk. That's exercise. It has to be outside. 20 minutes inside, 20 minutes outside per day. What else? Try to eat healthy. If you're used to eating junk food, eliminate one of those junk foods and substitute it for something healthy. And do that if you have a lot of junk food throughout the week, take one away a day. Like if it's sugar, eliminate sugar one day and then add on to that daily. Something you're going to eliminate. Okay? I'll get to your question, Rowar, in a second. All right? Eat something healthy. Eat healthy. Eating healthy is not just for a healthy body, but it's also for a healthy mind. Yeah, it's okay to cheat a little bit, but everybody's going to cheat and have something sweet for the most part. But try to eat as healthy as you can. Like what I started doing, I try to drink water, and what happens is I go to the bathroom a lot with the water. But what I noticed was I would buy watermelon and eat the watermelon and drink the fluid from the watermelon. I don't go to the bathroom as much. It doesn't run out of me as fast. It's because my body is absorbing it. And try to take like a crystal of Celtic salt on your tongue or under your tongue. Soak that in before you drinking any fluids. This way you'll be able to retain the water without having to go to the bathroom as much. So what I say, exercise twice a day, eat healthy, and every night before you go to bed, plan your day out for the next day. Okay, this is the 12th, so we're starting this stuff. So tonight, what you're going to start with tonight is this: planning your day out for the next day as best you can. Don't worry if you can't. Just put it down. What we're doing is we're rewiring ourselves for success. We're rewiring ourselves for consistency. And I'm doing this because I need massive help with this. So I'm putting myself under the gun, and we're going to be checking in. How did you do last week? How did you do yesterday? We're going to check in. Hey, join my Telegram, Church of Infinite Ben. Join that channel so that we can... Hey, what's up, Leo? Hey, Leo is the guy who edits my videos. Shouts out to you, Leo. He edits my videos, and he's got a lot of edited videos. I haven't even uploaded them yet, so I got to get them up there. Well, if you guys see the reels with the words on it, he's the guy that does it for me. Appreciate you, Leo. All right, so somebody had a question. Here it is. I have a question, Akiem. When you mean consistent when it comes to YouTube videos, do you mean posting videos every single day or as soon as possible? What I mean is being consistent. Yes, it don't have to be every day, every single day. But if you say you're going to do videos on Tuesday, that's the time you have to do it. Make sure you stay consistent with posting the videos. Now, if you can post a video every day, that's great. That's going to move you. You're going to get further along doing it that way, doing it every day. It don't have to be long ones, 5-10 minute ones. I need to get better at that, posting short videos. I have so much information I just want to get on and talk about, but I get distracted. All right. So consistency means whatever you say you're going to do, stick with it and work at it every day. So if doing a video every day is a challenge for you, okay, do a video once a week and then build upon that. Make it twice a week, 3 times, 4 times, 5. You know what I'm saying? Build on it. And don't worry about being perfect. Okay? He said, my live action videos take 1 or 2 weeks to create until unloading. Oh, well, just be consistent with that. All right? Just be uploading. Okay. Where are you guys? Where are you at that it takes that long? You're in another country? Yeah, and think about making little short videos. That's what everybody's attention span is on, making the short, looking at the short ones. Okay? Anybody else got something before I shut it down? So I gave y'all a list of things y'all can do to be more consistent, to improve yourself. Just do those things every day. All right? 20 minutes a day of reading. I do a lot of reading, so I get more than 20 minutes in. Exercise, sometimes I'm gonna do that once a day. Eat healthier, I try to, for the most part, eat. Now, the thing I have struggled with is planning my day out and then sticking to the plan. That's where I have to confess I need to work on. Right there. All right? All right, y'all. Remember who you are. You are divine manifestations of God. When people look at you, they see God. I know that's hard for people to accept. When I'm God. Well, he said you made in his likeness, so yes. Yes. Usually videos have lots of editing involved, such as 3D modeling. Okay, so you got one of those real technical deals. I get you. So just whatever you're doing, just stay consistent. However you plan on doing it, stay consistent with that and build upon it if you can. And you should be able to. All right? And if you're trying to monetize, start creating monetization. Put it out there. Don't be disappointed the sales are low at first. They will increase over time. They will. But it's like this. When I used to do door-to-door sales of cable. When I first went out there the first 2 days, I didn't get any sales, and it was word. Oh, it was word. And then by the third and fourth day, it picked up momentum. And then by the end of the month, I was the top salesman. Why? I stayed consistent with it. I kept pushing and pushing and pushing. All right? Keep doing it. If you have an idea, then it's a good idea. Because don't let anybody tell you your ideas are bad until you try them out and see how well they work. You have to live out your ideas. Stop letting people slow you down with their whatever's in their head. They don't have the vision. They didn't get the call to do what you thought of. So go ahead and attempt it. Yes, sometimes it doesn't work and you have to redo it, but now you know. You know. The essence of what you want to do is what you're looking for. But sometimes it takes a lot of processes to get there. Okay? Don't do like a lot of people who they doing this and doing that and no one can see what's going on. Hang on. Yeah. So make sure you stay at it. And consistency is not just in the work. Consistency is in the mind. Making sure you're locked in and being positive about what you want to do. Don't let people distract you. Yeah, people love to hate on good people who want to do better for themselves. It's just part of the business. All right, everybody. Remember the webinar is September the 30th, 2023. We got a seminar coming up in October. I will start getting that advertised as soon as possible. All right. Peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth to everyone.